Hello everyone. So this video is a very ad hoc video, mainly because I just by chance happened to came by this counter. No, I wouldn't say really by chance because Geo Energy Resources has been in our radar for quite some time already. In fact, we do have a trade set up way before all the energy counters start to run up. For example, our first trade setup was way back in May 12 like that when it eventually start to move. And of course, the original setup managed to hit our TP2, but the price currently now is like way beyond that. So if you manage to perform trailing profit strategy, by leaving a bit of your position behind to trail the rest of the price, right? You should be able to get this entire trend. But that's not the topic. That's not the topic for today. The topic for today is this candle itself. Because throughout the past few days, Geo Energy Resources has been popping up on our daily scanner, a couple of times, in fact 3 or 4 times, and a lot of people are asking whether is this counter too late to chase. Am I able to go into this counter? It's like very rarely, like a lot of people want to chase this momentum like only go up then want to chase those kind, you know. But this hammer candle that you see here today, right, it does kind of provide confidence. It does kind of give you the opportunity to enter, because okay, we know that price has come back down, but now it go back up again, so it gives us the confidence that hey, actually this is a very good support level there. So a lot of our traders here maybe might take this opportunity to enter Geo Energy Resources. And actually today I have no intention to look at the stock market today because I was quite busy with my family related stuff. My mom have to do some minor surgery at Mount Elizabeth there, so in the entire morning I was there lah. In fact, I was telling myself when I come back home, right, I'm not going to look at the stock market. But as usual, on my cab ride home, I was looking at my handphone and I realized that hey, actually today market not bad lah, like a lot of green. A lot of things are recovering. So why not let's browse through some of the counters. And in fact, I saw Geo Energy Resources on my watch list. It wasn't even really catch my attention because I look at it, it was like -10, but it caught my attention because I wanted to look at Kim Heng and Rex. And while trying to click Kim Heng and Rex, I accidentally misclicked Geo Energy Resources. And somehow I was faced with this candle. I was like, oh my god, what's going on? What's going on here? So let's take a dive. When we are trying to analyze a specific candle, right, it is quite hard. It's quite hard because you cannot look at one candle and then go into 1 minute chart or 15-minute chart and then base your entire trade position on that little micro information, micro trend. I like to call it micro trend, because no matter what, you still need to look at the bigger trend also. You cannot trade against the big trend, even if the micro trend is like seems like going might go up like that. But if we are looking at Geo Energy in a bigger trend, right, as mentioned, we were able to catch Geo Energy earlier, way early before the entire recovery in the energy sector lah. But we can see that Geo Energy Resources has been in uptrend since early 2020, somewhere around April like that. And if you have not noticed, it has already broken through the high of 2017, which means to say that the next high is actually the all-time high that we are seeing right here in 2013. So the price action is really very bullish and very aggressive. Just on the chart alone, you can see this chunk of cream volume coming in, all the buyings coming in. So we can officially say that Geo Energy Resources currently is now officially an uptrend. So let's look at the micro portion, this little candle that we see here. Okay, so first thing first, I need we are applying technical analysis. Not only that, for Nimbus Capital, right, we use volume spread analysis, what we call the volume spread analysis. In volume spread analysis, we need to look at both candles and volume together. They go hand in hand. We cannot simply look at one and ignore the other. So most of our trading strategy come from using volume spread analysis lah. And when we are looking at this kind of hammer candle, right, we need to ask ourselves, where is the majority of the volume reside within this candle? You can see that the volume is very high. In fact, the previous day volume is also about equally high. So are the majority volume on today's hammer candle residing like at the bottom or at the top or somewhere in the middle? Where is it? If the volume on this tail portion is like not a lot, right? Then we can't really say there's a lot of, I would say, selling or buying. It's quite hard to make a proper analysis out of this lah. But we can use the previous few candles to make a better analysis. For example, when we are looking here, this section here, right, is very important because as the price go up, in fact, it goes up very aggressive initially, but afterward it start to slow down. You can see that the momentum kind of slow down until it reaches this point here. So let me rewind until it reaches this point. So you can see the rally kind of like slow down compared to the first few days lah. Not only that, you kind of see the volume slowing down also, which means to say the buying up is slowing down, and in fact the price is also reflecting the slowing down of the buying volume. So it's kind of, I would say, in harmony lah. The volume and the price action is in harmony. But the subsequent candle, the next subsequent candle, we have an extremely big gap up with a sudden surge in the volume again. That means to say that at this level, at this particular level, 0.385, there are no more sellers. There are no more sellers really. There is a lack of supply. There's a lack of supply coming in here, which is why the buyers are willing to buy at a higher price, and there's a sudden surge of volumes coming in. So this is the first thing that we can establish. 0.385 is the lack of supply. And if we look at today's candle, right, it also seems to support this assumption that at 0.385, there is a lack of supply. But although that is supporting our assumption of the lack of supply at 0.385, that only tells us one thing. A lot of traders like to look at one thing and assume the other, which is one of the biggest, I would say, technical analysis mistake. So what we are looking at right now is there is no supply at 0.385, but there can still be supply at 425, 440, 465. We don't know because supply at the higher level, we don't really, there's no way for us to predict that there's no data for us to go and analyze lah. So there's no way we can predict future supply. But the only thing we know is that currently the supply there is no supply at 0.135, and we cannot assume that there isn't any supply beyond there also, because if there are no supply, why is there a huge sell down here in the first place? It is because of supply present that's why this huge sell down occurs. Because if there are no supply, right, you wouldn't have a hammer candle. What you will have is like one big green candle going up like that. But the hammer candle is there. So the hammer candle indicate that we do have some supply present here. That's why there is this price movement lah. So now we have two assumptions. Assumption number one is there's no supply at 0.385. And the other assumption is there could be, the keyword is could be, assumption somewhere around here. I don't know, like maybe here, but somewhere around here. But what we can assume going forward is that maybe, most likely, most probably, I have to keep using this word because a lot of people like to put words in my mouth. It is all you say can go up. How come tomorrow never go up? It's like a lot of people think today I make analysis, tomorrow chung up already. It's not like that, okay? It's not like that. We can, if I can predict like that, right? I won't be living in a condo already. You will see me in a mansion at the top floor in the downtown area. I don't know lah. I will have a GCV of my. I'll be up there with CEO of Secret Lab and Hai Di Lao already. I won't be here sitting in my bedroom. Okay, we cannot predict the time. Not today say tomorrow chong. Please realistic a bit. Okay, so we can assume this lah. Back to our chart, right? We can assume there is support here and there is some resistance here lah. And because of this red hammer candle, that we can assume there is resistance there. Because if this red candle never come out, right? And if we are just looking at like this, we can kind of just expect the price to keep chung up because suddenly there is a huge demand coming in. But now this red candle tell us that this red candle kind of confirm that there are some supply here, but there is also lack of supply here, lack of supply at the bottom. There are supply at the top. Meaning going forward, you will expect to see price movement kind of going sideways lah. I would think it is highly likely that price movement will be sideways. So should you buy this or not? That is up to you. But let's dig a little deeper by what I mean up to you. Most likely price is going to go sideways until the market can establish that, okay, we have no more supply here already, price can continue to go up. So how does the market establish that there's no more supply? By consolidating, by going sideways. By going sideways, right, what is the market doing is that the buyers are just sitting there waiting for the seller to sell them. Eventually, the seller will get impatient and they will start to sell them at this particular range. So the buyer will just stay there for as long as they can, and they'll be like, anyone want to sell or not? Anyone want to sell or not? I'm buying. So it will be like a tug of war. It will be like a chicken game lah. Like okay, no more seller already, no more seller, until it consolidate enough to see that, okay, there's really no more seller already. Most likely nobody want to sell to us at 0.41 or 0.4. Then buyer will start to push up, because when buyers see this candle, right, they already realize that, okay, there are some seller present, so we probably need to wait. So whether you want to buy or not, right, it depends on your holding power. Can you hold or not? Can you hold this position, or you buy in already, right? Maybe you will end up holding 1 month, 2 months, three months. We don't know. We don't know how much we can hold. This time frame is something that no analysis out there can predict. So you do need to have holding power, and not only you need to have a holding power, your stop loss, right? Your stop loss definitely need to be below this level, below 0.380 level, meaning somewhere around here lah. So you need to be able to handle that stop loss also. So if you can handle these two things, number one, you have holding power. Number two, you are able to place your stop loss below 0.350 or somewhere, right? Then you can enter. But enter already must have holding power. Don't like now I ask, okay, you got holding power, then yes. Then tomorrow, then like, hey, alamak, why never go up? Like when enter, like say got holding power, but enter ready next day, like don't complain why haven't go up yet. Okay, so must have holding power and must be able to commit to a stop loss below 0.375. And if you are able to keep to this two discipline, right, very easy to keep to this two simple rule. This only two simple rule that I request everyone to keep yourself to. You can just put this counter somewhere, like just tuck it along somewhere, then who knows, maybe in a few weeks time or 1 or 2 month time, right, you'll be able to, this resistance will eventually break out and price will continue to move upwards. Okay, so that's basically my view on Geo Energy Resources. You do at some point, the market do need to go sideways to allow seller to sell first so that buyer can continue to push up. We have seen that in Golden Energy also. Initially, Golden Energy have a very good run, extremely good run, but along the way, it does require this kind of consolidation to allow seller to sell first lah. So what we are seeing is similar in Geo Energy Resources. I do believe that the energy counters most likely still have room to run. It just need to rest for a while. And if you are looking at opportunity to enter, right? Maybe Geo Energy Resources might be a good opportunity. Golden Energy also facing similar situation, but the volume, the volume is not there lah. The volume is not there for this, but it is Geo Energy Resources that the volume are there. So if we compare Golden Energy and Geo Energy Resources, right, you can see that the chart are quite similar. But the fact that we have both very we have a red hammer candle for both Golden Energy Resources and Geo Energy Resources, right? Geo Energy Resources have, I will say, much more seller involved. There are a lot of supply involved in Geo Energy Resources. So this might seem like counterintuitive. Like, okay, there's a big hammer candle and there is a big volume. So should be a lot of people buying in, what, correct? Should be a lot of people buying in. Why? How come there's more seller? How come more seller here? In fact, it is Golden Energy is the one that might not be able to go up because the volume so low, but Geo Energy Resource volume so high, meaning a lot of buyer coming in. What? That's why I got this hammer, ma. Correct? Actually, not really, because if we look at the volume, right? If we look at the volume, let me bring out my poem, Geo Energy Resources. Right click, trade summary. If you look at trade summary, right, you can see that volume at the lower end, 0.375, 0.38, 0.385, 0.390, around 0 until 0.385, right? The volume is quite small, meaning around here to 0.385, the volume is actually quite small. Not a lot. The biggest volumes are at 0.400 and 0.405, meaning the biggest volume are somewhere around here. So price is still like lingering in this area, meaning you can see that it cannot go up beyond that. It opens here, price opens here, drop all the way down, and then now it is stuck here. Mainly because there is a lot of seller present here. That's why it's going up. In fact, there isn't really a lot of volume here. So this is not buyers coming in. This one is just, I don't know, for some reason price drop and then go up like that lah. There is a lack of seller. It is just lack of seller. Lack of seller doesn't mean there's a lot of buyer also. So the volume at the lower end of the tail is not a lot lah, but there is a lot of volume, a lot of seller at this body, this candle body area here. So price will get stuck here for some time lah, due to the fact that we have a lot of volume stuck in. Okay, so that's the end of my analysis. Don't get lured in by this kind of big hammer candle with big volume. Try to think a bit, try to sit down, calm yourself down, think through, and then make your decision. Find out where you should place your support, find out what does this mean before you like, hey, red candle, what, chung in, what, go, then end up contra, then 3 days later price cannot go up. You are forced to liquidate your position. And then 7 days later price chung up, and then you started like blame you, I should have hold this and that all these things happen because we enter without thinking. So we need to ensure that we think a bit before we enter. Okay, so I hope this analysis helped you out to make your decision. Personally, I'm not going to enter this counter, not because I don't like it, not because I don't think that it cannot go up or what, but simply because I have no more capital. Okay, so that's as simple as that. I have no more capital. My capital are in Grand Venture, Propnex, and Franken. So these are my 3 big counters for this year. While other counters have really good opportunity, right? Sad to say. I'm very sad that I missed this. I'm also very sad that I missed Golden Energy because it was one of the counters that I thought, hey, actually, if I have the cash, I will enter. But I simply don't have the cash lah. That's not to say the other counters are doing bad, but they are kind of recovering also. So I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with what I have so far. You don't have to chase everything that's running. You just need to stick to your trade plan and just relax. Okay, have a good trading week, everyone. Actually, we have come to the end of the week already. So have a good weekend and stay safe.